What's going on, family? So, this video is about procrastination. It's about not being urgent, not having a sense of urgency in your life. And I've known about the importance of urgency for a while, but I think it hit home recently when I attended the funeral of one of my dear friends' father. So, I'm sitting in the funeral, and I believe it was his grandson who stepped up and spoke very eloquently about being urgent and not procrastinating. And he was great. He was the first one that had the gears in my mind turning. But then a lady came up and brought up the same thing about urgency, and brought up about how she was meaning to go see him. My friend's father, he was sick, and this lady said, she was going to go see him, but she, put it off because, you know, a lot of things came up in her life, and she felt as though, she had time to, put that off and go see him at a later time. And that later time never came. And it just made me think, like, all right, I'm one of the biggest procrastinators I know. And it's a thing that I've struggled with for as long as I can remember. And I believe that a lot of people in this world struggle with putting things off. No sense of urgency, no get it done now type of attitude. It made me think about, there's this scene in Rocky where Apollo Creed is talking to Rocky. I don't even remember the movie, but I do remember this certain part where where Apollo Creed is just saying, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. We have to live in the present. We have to live now. If we want to do something, we have to do it now. We can't just keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it when the time is right. I'm looking at my Nike boxes right now. Just do it. Just do it. If you want to do something, just do it. Okay? Lately I've been listening to Napoleon Hill. He's the author of Think and Grow Rich. So I've been listening to Napoleon. Well, it's actually not Napoleon Hill. It's actually AI Napoleon Hill. Because Napoleon Hill is, long passed away. But, there's these YouTube websites that recreated his voice from old video, and, have him saying things that more relate to the times that we live in now. So I've been listening to AI Napoleon Hill, and a lot of what he's been saying in those speeches are about hesitation being for the weak. And that really hit home for me, especially because, I'm doing this YouTube channel, this basketball YouTube channel, and I recently went to visit my brother in Maryland. And, I went down there thinking, all right, boom, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to see my brother. I'm going to get some good basketball content from another state. Because, I live in Connecticut, so all of the content that I get is from Connecticut and from Massachusetts. So now I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to go to another state, get some fresh content, get some fresh subscribers, and boom, like that. So Hold on one second. It's hot as ever. I'm about to hit this AC. Hold on. All right. It feels a little better in here. Forgive me for the sound in the background. I was dying in here with the heat. It's crazy. But I'm in Maryland, and I have the thought like, boom, I'm gonna get some basketball content. It's gonna be a brand new venue, brand new people, new subscribers, a whole new audience. Boom. So I drive around. I'm looking for parks, and I go to at least 6 parks, like 6 different locations, and they're duds. One park I went to wasn't even a park. I don't even know what GPS was trying to tell me. But there was this one park. It was full of people. And it even had like it had a basketball court on one side, and then on the other side it had like a soccer thing with like metal goals. And I never seen something like that. It was cool. I knew my son would like that. So they're playing basketball. I'm sitting in the car and I'm watching to see if the basketball is worth it. Like, are these people any good? And I'm watching, and so I go to this park twice actually. I go to the park and I'm sitting in my car and I'm watching to see if their basketball is, up to snuff. If people would enjoy watching it on the channel. And I'm watching it and I'm like, ugh, I don't know about this. And I drive away from that park. Okay? Because I didn't think the basketball was that good. Even though I should have taped it. I'll get back to that. So, drive to some more parks, nothing going on at the other parks. So I go back to this park thinking, maybe it's a different set of people. Maybe the competition has stepped up and whatever. So I go there. I'm sitting in the car. I'm watching them. And the basketball is good. The basketball is good. So I watch a couple games. I'm like, all right, boom, basketball is good. I got to go out. I got to tape some games. So I go out and, stand next to the park, stand next to the game, like the court or whatever. And I'm watching the game because I get out of the car in the middle of the game. So just watching the game. Good game. The game's over now. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, it looked kind of crazy. This weird man starts taping people all of a sudden. So let me just ask them, is it okay if I tape you guys for my YouTube channel? That was the thought in my mind. But I hesitated. I don't know what it was inside of me, the punk inside of me that was like, I don't know these people. Just hesitating for no good reason. On everything, it wasn't a good reason. Because every time I think about this, I kick myself because the game that I did not end up taping was a great game, bro. And it was a great game. And so, boom, by this time, in the middle of the great game that I'm missing because I hesitated, I'm like, all right, it don't matter now. I'm about to definitely tape the next game. So that game ends, and I'm like, all right, as soon as they, gather up the teams for the next game, I'm just about to be like, yo, is it all right if I tape you for the YouTube channel? By this time, everybody leaves. Everybody leaves, especially this one guy that was amazing. He ends up leaving. And I'm just shaking my head like, I hesitated. And for no good reason. Sometimes when you think about hesitation, sometimes you can say, all right, I assessed the situation. The situation wasn't safe. that's why I hesitated. I wasn't prepared, so I didn't move forward with whatever I was going to do. Like, there's a real reason. Like safety, you weren't prepared. Other than those reasons, there should be no reason to hesitate. I could have asked the people, is it okay if I tape you for the YouTube channel? They could have said, no, that's weird, bro. Get out of here. And I'll be like, all right. And I wouldn't have taped it. That's the worst that could have happened. But more than likely, 99%, they would have been like, go ahead. And I would have got some new subscribers. I would have got new content. And that's it. So I say that to say, because this video is about procrastination and hesitation, is that in life, move with urgency. If you want to do something, go do it. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. Don't move around in this world thinking that you have forever, because you don't. Time is limited. We're living for the present. So move with urgency. Do not procrastinate. Procrastination is like a disease. We need to be free of that disease, because that disease will eat us away and destroy us. So don't procrastinate. Move with urgency. And I promise you, life will be so much better, so much easier, so much more fulfilling. You won't miss out on things that you'll later look back and regret on, just like that lady at the funeral who, had a relationship with my friend's father and told herself that she was going to go see him before, he passed, knew he was not doing well, and never got that chance because she hesitated and procrastinated. And, it might not be as serious as not ever getting to see a loved one again, but it might be, life-changing. It might be a career opportunity. It might be an investment opportunity. Don't hesitate. Weigh your options, but be quick. Be urgent. All right, sense of urgency. That's what we're living by nowadays. That's the new rule for 2025. All right, sense of urgency. Don't procrastinate. Even with this video, I was like, oh, I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. It's probably 2 a.m. I said I was going to do it tomorrow. And I'm still burning up, but it's all good. Anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you for staying around for my video that I stayed up for, because I'm exhausted. Can't wait to lay down on this bed. But I'm glad that, I feel accomplished. And that's the thing, too. If you procrastinate, for the moment, it feels good. For the moment, I could have laid down, went to sleep. It would have been great, right? But then tomorrow, I'd have been like, God, I should have just did that and got it out the way. And then it would have been tomorrow, and I'd be like, I'll do it tonight. And then I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm proud of myself for doing that. And, when you do things with urgency and get it over with, you will feel accomplished. Try it out. Let me know how it works out for you. All right? I love you. Peace.